Hello, hi. Hey guys, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks, and I've just joined you guys live. And if you can see and you can hear me, I think we have some of you on board. You can see and can hear me, guys. Just type a one in the chat. I think there should be a chat on the bottom or on the right. Type one in the chat so that I know that you guys can see and hear me before we begin. All right. So I think we have like more than 50 of you on board already. Welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks live show. And today's show we'll be covering the Singapore market, right? The Singapore stock. So I think yes, we have quite a lot of you coming on board. Hi guys, we have Terence. Hi, Terence, Lynette, Bernard, Monique. Good to see you guys here. So I can see your comments, guys. So keep it coming. All right, I'll try to show your comments here as well. All right, we have Terence over here. We have Grace. Hi, good to see you, Grace. Awesome. Hi, Alice. Good to see you here. Ing Chuan, hi. Just to follow your webinar to know more. Good to see you here. Hi, Ing Chuan. And we have Chuan Yao. Hi, Chuan Yao. I think you have some comment on Chip Ing saying this counter. All right. Yeah, we'll see if we can cover this counter as well. Good to see you guys here. So 111. Ellen wants. Iris one. Awesome. So I think you guys can see and get to me. Welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock. I hope that I'm loud and clear. All right. And what you want to do, guys, is just to help me to reach out to more people. We want to have more people come on board. So help me to like and share. Like and share. I think there should be a little heart-shaped button somewhere at the bottom, right? There's something to like and share so that we can reach out to more people before we can dive into the stocks that you guys are asking about. So hit the like and share button. I want to see at least more than 30 likes before we begin. Right. So I think this is what I'm seeing here. I'm not too sure whether you guys have this on your screen, but hit the like and share button right before we really dive into the stocks that you guys are going to ask. All right. Okay, good. So this is what I'm seeing right here. Thank you so much, guys, for all the hearts and love. All right, awesome. So for those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks, whereby pretty much we'll go through the stocks that you guys are asking about, right? So don't place your stocks here. I know some of you are talking about the banks, and there are a lot of comments, right, in the post when I kind of like publish the Facebook live, and a lot of people write down the name of the stocks that they want covered. But not to worry, guys, we'll do a live poll of the stocks that you guys are asking about. So we'll do a live poll in a bit. So don't type the stocks here. All right, later I'll show you where to type the stocks, and that's where we will dive into the stocks. So we will even look at the market as well. I mean, to see what are some of the stocks that you guys are asking about as well. All right, and yeah, we look at the market, the STI, maybe even the Dow Jones, if you guys are keen. All right, but let me just go ahead to move on to this this live stream right now. So just a quick disclaimer, whatever that's covered today is just for education purpose only. So please do your own due diligence as well. All right. So yeah. Okay, so here's what you need to do to participate in the live poll, right? So as I say, there'll be a live poll, all right? It'll be very exciting, all right? So this is a live poll. What you want to do is go ahead to www.slido.com, right? So that's a website where you can do it on your mobile phone, www.slido.com. Go to the code AMAS07, right? So let me just go ahead to place the code, but that's where you can kind of like ask the stock. So slido.com AMAS07. Let me just share with you guys the link, so that's how you can participate in the live poll, right? So let me just share this link in the comments in the chat. I think you will be able to see this as well, right? So just a quick poll. Let me know what are your thoughts on the stock market. So I just placed the link in the chat, or you can simply go to slido.com. The code is AMAS07. So yeah, I think we have more of you coming aboard. We have like more than 100 of you on board already. Welcome, guys. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. My name is Joey, top tier miser, trader in Philips Securities, and good to see you guys here. All right, we'll cover those stocks that you guys are asking about in a bit, but what I want you guys to do is to participate in this live poll. All right, right here, let me just pull out this. This is a live poll, guys. You can see, go to www.slido.com. The code is AMAS07, or you can simply type the name, right? Type the name. Oh, sorry, just click on the link. Click on the link that I have placed in the chat. All right, let me know. Okay, so yeah, you can see this is a live poll. So we are kind of like, people are participating in it already. Okay, look. So you can simply scan the QR code as well. Okay, so let me just go ahead to remove this, right? So this is the live poll that we are taking part right now. All right, so I think most of you have already joined us. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on the stock market as we move into the second half of 2022? All right, so this is like 30th of June. So we are pretty much on the last day of the first half of 2022. It's been a wild ride. All right, we'll look at the market later if you guys want, but it's been a really wild ride, up, down, up, down. So what are your thoughts on the second half of 2022? Let me know in this live poll, guys. Go to steelo.com, www.steelo.com, stock code AMAS07. All right. Okay, awesome. So this is live, guys. So you can see that this is a live poll. I think bearish, more downside ahead this year. I think a lot of you are thinking that it could be a bit more downside. Some of you, 34%, are thinking that it is time to bargain hard on some fundamentally good, strong stocks. Hold on, still uncertain for around 20%, 13%, 12% think that it is reaching the bottom soon. Could be just a dead cat bounce, 4%. So I think most of you would think that it's a little bit more bearish this year. All right. So we look at the markets in a bit to see what it says. So not to worry. But yeah, 65% thinking that it's a bit more bearish this year. All right. And okay, so this is changing. This is changing, guys. So we have like more than 50 of you taking part in this live poll. Well done, guys. All right. So this is steelo.com. AMAS07 is the code, and that's where you can participate in this live poll. So 67% thinking that it's a bit more bearish this year. Awesome. Okay, good. So for those of you who just joined us, my name is Choy. All right. Good to see you here. And in this very session, we'll be doing kind of like a live poll on the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about. And make sure you stay all the way to the end as well, because I'll be sharing with you one stock that I like, that I like to share with you, that you can put in your watch list for potentially more upside or maybe a good reversal back up. And that will be shared at the end of this live stream. All right. So after covering the stocks that you guys are asking about, I'm going to share one stock. So make sure you stay all the way to the end. Right. So if you're still here, guys, type yes in the chat right below. If you can still see and can hear me, type yes in the chat. If you want to move on into the markets, let me know. Type yes in the chat. Okay, so we have like Jessica. Good to see you here, Jessica. I think you're typing the stocks that you want covered. So not to worry, Jessica. Later I'll show you guys where to type your stocks. All right, so don't type it here because you'll be lost, and you can see all the comments start coming up and it's lost, right? So I'll show you guys where to type and let me know your stocks in a bit. But we have a few of you coming about. Hi Ryan, good to see you here. Jay, yes, awesome, yes. Susila, good to see you here. Yes. Audrey, yes. Grace, yes. Okay, so it seems like you guys can still see and hear me. Awesome. Let's go ahead right now. So how many of you want me to just do a quick run through of where we are in terms of the market, maybe for the STI? Type STI in the chat if you want me to just do a quick run through of the market, right? So I'll just pause the poll for now, right? So you can see 70% think that it's a little bit more bearish this year. So we'll discover what it says on the STI. So let me just pause the poll right now and push it back up. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so STI. I think some of you want me to just cover STI. So let me just go ahead to do a quick poll. All right, just covering the STI. So this is the Dow Jones. So maybe let's talk about the STI right here. Where's the Straits Times Index? All right, so the market has been a little bit more volatile, right? I would say over the past few months. I think I'll just go through very briefly on some of the factors that are affecting the market. I think all of you would know by now what is one of the main factors, and that would be the inflationary pressure that's affecting the market. We have seen inflation coming up to like a 4 decades high, and the Fed have no choice but to hike rates by about 3 times this year. So in March, in May, in June, just about 2 weeks back, by total about like 1.5%. All right, so total is about 1.5%, and just 2 more weeks back in July, all right, that's where they were kind of like projected to hike rates by about 0.75%. So inflation is still high, and the Fed have no choice but to hike rates to bring down inflation. All right, and that's the reason why we're seeing selling in the markets. Initially, in the start of the year, it was pretty much the tech stocks, right? But now it seems like they're spread to the rest of the markets, the rest of the sector as well. All right, and we are seeing weakness in the market. So it's kind of like a very, very delicate balance that the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, have to do, because if you hike rates too fast, and now there are talks about a potential recession, because if you hike rates, what happens is that you affect in terms of the borrowing costs, demand, and all that. There could potentially lead to a recession, and when the whole recession comes out, people are scared. Affect the economy, the GDP growth, and all that. And the market started to sell off over the past few weeks, right? So this is the STI right here. You can see that we are in fact looking much better. Maybe if you have time, we'll just go on to look at the Dow Jones to do a little bit of comparison. But this is the STI. For those of you who have just joined us, we have like more than 200 of you on board. So welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. So I'm pretty much covering the markets before we dive into the stocks that you guys are asking about. So just hang in there, all right, not to worry. All right, but I'll just do a quick coverage of the market since a lot of you are asking about it as well. Yeah, so this is the STI, right? Trading about 3,100, right? So you can see that this is the range right here. We are seeing a little bit of support at this level right here. I think that would be like the 3030. All right, just write it down. I think the 3,000 to 3,030 level is pretty critical, all right, because we have rebounded by about, look at this, right? This was in May last year, one time. All right, so let me just put it in green, 1, 2, 3, and you can see that we are pretty much nearing it again. So hopefully, all right, hopefully we do see some good bargain hunting coming back again in terms of the level as it approaches this support. Maybe the banks, the blue chips all start to see some good bargain hunting and maybe even a temporary rebound. But I would say that right now there could be a little bit of weakness in the short term. Why? Look at this right here. You can see that, just last month, right, somewhere in March and April, we were actually holding quite well above like 3,250, right? 3,250 was a little bit of the support here. You can see we're holding really well. We broke down, it became a little bit of a resistance level, and we started to see like trade even lower when we broke this like 31,000 level, right? Yeah, so sorry, I mean 3,150, right? 3,150 was a little bit of a support here as well. Maybe if I can just draw it for you, you can see that that is pretty much a temporary support right here. All right, so there's a little bit of temporary support. You can see it was a resistance. We rebounded for it. We neared it. Unfortunately, we broke down, and of course, we're still below this 3,150 level. It's like 3,102, which is below 3,150, right? So a little bit weaker, I would say, for the short term, below 3,150. And why 3,150 is key? Look at this right here. Let me just turn this to like red in color since it's like the resistance, and you can see that this 3,150 also kind of like coincides with where the 20 days moving average line is as well. Look at this green line. So this green line is the 20 days moving average. Obviously now it is sloping downwards, and the prices are below the green line. So a little bit more bearish in the short term, below this 3,150 for now. So we might actually consolidate, right? Might consolidate here from 3,150. As I say, we went down, rebounded, might come down a bit. All right, consolidate in this range, and hopefully, right, what happens if you want to see this move back above that 3,150, all right? If we do see that move above 3,150, I think that is where we could potentially see a little bit of reversal back up, right? And this green line will potentially start to flatten and maybe even turn up with the prices, or with the prices going above that green line, right? So that is what we're going to watch, the 3,150. I think that's the immediate resistance level. Downside could be all the way to that 3,000 to 3,030 for the STI, right? So we are still holding quite well. I think some of you are talking about like, whether is it a bearish market for the STI. I would say that for now, the Straits Times Index, the STI, has not really gone into like a full-blown like a bear market, all right? There could be a little bit of a potential, all right, but right now in terms of the mid to long term, yet we have not really been into like a bear market. Why? Look at this right here. I mean, as I said, the short term, we did break certain support like the 3,250, the 3,150, we went down, right? And of course, short term looks weak. But in terms of the longer term trend, all right, this red line, you can see that we're still hanging above the blue line. Of course, if we start to consolidate here, this red line, 100 days moving average might come down. And eventually, if we go below the blue line, then it's not so good. We could potentially see, in terms of the downtrend, starting to form. Does it make sense? All right, so for the STI, short term still weak. Mid to long term is a little bit more a little bit down to sideways, not really a full-blown like a bear market or like a firm downtrend yet. But we have to see that, this 3,000 to 3,030 support level that it has to hold, right? If we can hold above this level, I think it still looks okay. But if we do break that 3,000 psychological level, then that's where you want to be really careful. I think we break that 3,000 level, that's where unfortunately we may see more selling coming back for the entire STI level, all the way to maybe the 2009 to 2008 level, right? That could be the downside for the STI. All right, so this is pretty much the Straits Times Index. So let me just do, how many of you want me to cover the Dow Jones, right? Just a quick one. Let me know, type Dow, D-O-W, type Dow in the chat if you want me to do a quick coverage of the Dow Jones. Let me know, type Dow, D-O-W in the chat, so that we can do a quick comparison to see that, are we really bearish this year for the second half? Let me know. All right, guys. Dow. All right. So yeah, I think most of you want me to cover Dow Jones. So for those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stock. So I'm pretty much just covering the markets now. We'll talk briefly on the STI, all right, some of the levels that you want to take note on. We're going to talk about the Dow Jones now. So we have a lot of you here on board. We have Jolene. Hi, good to see you here. Dow. So thank you so much, guys. So make sure you comment below. I'll try to put your comments up. Ellen, Dow. We have Chin Chao, Dow. Okay. Oh, Dow. Okay. Nasdaq. I think Jessica, you're talking about Nasdaq. I'll probably also cover Dow Jones, right? That's the main index, right? And let's just go into do that, right? So we'll cover the stocks in a bit, right? The stocks that you guys are asking about. So let's go on to talk about the Dow Jones to see if there's any difference, right? Whether is it like a bear market compared to the Singapore STI. All right. Okay, so this is the Dow Jones, right? Trading about 31,029, right? So you can see that for the Dow Jones, it looks a little bit different, right? It looks a little bit different compared to the STI. As I say, for the STI, we did held above this 3,000 level that's been holding for like more than a year. But for the Dow Jones, we kind of broke some of those key support. That is key, right? And of course, looking at the moving averages right here, you could see that we have seen, as I talk about this red line, as I mentioned, this red line is the 100 days moving average. So we have seen this like red line, 100 days moving average cross below the blue line. So 100 days below the 200 days, it can indicate a potential weakness in terms of the trend turning down, right? For the Singapore, you can see that we have not gone there yet. But for the Dow Jones, unfortunately, just about 2-3 months back, we have seen weakness. You can see the red and blue line, they are both pointing down, all right? And in the short term as well, we did break some of those support level, like the 33. Let me just go to draw one more support here, which is now a little bit of a resistance. I think this is like 32,500. So you can see 32,500 was a support, rebounded, we broke down, went up a little bit, and we just sold off. And I think now the support would be at about that 30,000, right? 30,000 level, right? So another psychological support level. It seems like we saw a couple of good, reversal bullish candle, rebounded back up, but we are unfortunately still below this resistance level, right? And this level would be none other than the 32,000. So a little bit of weakness right here. You can see that 32,000 is where we are seeing selling. So potentially we might, push lower from 32 all the way back towards the 30,000. All right. And look at this, right? The green line, to say this green line is the short-term 20 days moving average. So in the short term, you can see that we can't approach this 32,000, right? It's a horizontal resistance, support, turn resistance now. That's number one. That's where you can see selling. Number two is that this green line obviously is still pointing down, prices below it. So that is where some short-term weakness can still continue as long as we stay below that 32,000, right? So just take note, this is for the Dow Jones, right? So you can see that this is like the swing high and low. Let me just draw it for you. This is how we look at it, right? So you can just put this in black and color. You can see that it's a swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up. And next swing might be down as well. We never know. As long as we stay below that 32,000, you can see that we are pretty much forming what we call lower high. So this is like the high, all right, that we have seen somewhere in February. This is another high here. This is another high. This is another high. We don't know, right? So there might be another high as well. All right. If we do break that 30,000, unfortunately, that's where the bear market can actually continue further. All right. So for the Dow Jones, for the US, it definitely looks a little bit weaker compared to the STI, which we are still staying above that 3,000 psychological level. All right. So yeah, hopefully we do see a little bit of consolidation here. All right. For example, we can hold above that 3,000 up, down, and eventually we consolidate and we get back above this 32,000. All right. We can get back above that 32,000 level. I think these are all signs of some strength coming back in the market. I think that's where the moving averages will start to turn up and we could potentially see a reversal. But right now, unfortunately, we're still below 32,000. All right, so that is the Dow Jones, right? That's the Dow Jones right here. If you guys are still following me, guys, just type 2 in the chat if you want to go on to the stocks that you guys are asking about. Let me know. Type 2 in the chat. Of course, guys, hit the like and share button as well. Just do me a favor. All right, we have like more than 200 of you on board already. Hit the like and share button so that I can reach out to more people, all right, and we can help more people to discover in terms of a quick opinion on the stocks that you guys like. I'll do my best to cover as many stocks as possible. Just hit the like and share button. Do me a favor right now And yes, hit the like and share button. This is what I can see. Thank you so much, guys. So thanks for all the love. And make sure you share it, right? Share it so that it will stay on your profile. This video will stay on your profile and can easily come back to this video as well. Thank you so much. So I see a lot of hearts. That's really awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. So let's go on. Right. So let me know what stocks you want covered, but not now. I'll show you where to ask the stocks, and we'll be looking at the Singapore market, right? So Singapore market. So let me go ahead to turn on the live poll for the Singapore market, right? So let me know, guys. So I've just turned on the live poll. What are three Singapore stocks that you want to be covered today? For those of you who have just joined us, you want to take part in this live poll, go to www.slido.com. The code is AMAS07. All right, so let me just go ahead to share the link. I think some of you may have see the link. All right, so one stock, one line, and you submit. All right, so I'll just place the link in the chat. All right, and that's how you can join. So you can simply click on the link in the chat right there. All right. So I've just placed the link in the chat, guys. Go ahead. Let me know, guys, what are three Singapore stocks that you want to be covered today? All right, we'll try to cover as many as possible, guys. So these are the stocks that you guys are asking about. All right, so a lot of you are jumping on board now. This is live, guys. This is live. So let me know just a few minutes. One stock, one line, submit. Total three stocks. Let me know what are the stocks that you guys want covered. All right, and I'll do my best to cover as many as possible. All right, so let me just run the live poll for a while. All right, before we dive into the stocks. All right. Okay, we have more than like 40 of you on board the live poll, guys. So awesome. So I think some of you are typing the answer or the stocks in the chat itself, guys. That's not the live poll. So just go on to this www.slido.com. The code is AMAS07, like what you see over here. You can simply scan the QR code right at the screen, top left-hand corner, and that's how you can participate in the live poll. All right. So just a few more minutes, guys. This is live, so we'll go on to look at the stocks that you guys are asking about. All right. Okay, so it's like changing. It seems like we have like Golden Energy, we have a Wilmar, we have the banks coming up as well. All right, we have let's just see. All right, so this total of three stocks, right? This is three stocks, guys. All right, this is three stocks, and we can track. So make sure you just type three stocks itself. All right. So it seems like Golden Energy is one of those stocks that a lot of people are asking about as well. All right, so try to cover that. All right. Few more minutes, guys. Few more minutes. Let me know, guys, what are the stocks that you want covered, right? The Singapore stocks that you want covered in this live poll. Okay, good. So it's like still live, it's still moving. All right, it's still moving. We have Wilmar. We have Wilmar. So let me just go to write it down. Let me go to write it down. We try to cover as many as possible if we have more time. All right. So okay. So 11 participants, 14 participants typing, guys. So we have like more than 200 of you on board. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome to this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. Right now, we are doing a live poll on the Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about. Before I dive into each and every one of them, the one that a lot of you are asking about, I'll do my best to cover them. All right. And at the end of this live as well, I will share with you one stocks that I like that you can also put in your watch list. So make sure you stay all the way to the end as well. Okay, good. So just a few more seconds, guys. A few more seconds before we stop the live poll, and we will dive into the stocks. All right. I'll just pause the poll and we'll see what are the stocks that you guys are asking about. All right. So Geo Energy. All right. Geo Energy. We have Geo Energy is one of them. Okay, and we have what we call Rex. All right, Rex International or Rex International is changing, guys. So we have like Wilmar. We have the banks DBS. We have what we call IFAST. IFAST is one of them as well. IFAST is one of those really popular stocks. So keep it coming, guys. It's still changing. It's still changing. Let me just try to catch it. We have let me just count. All right. We have AEM as well. AEM. What about Golden Energy? Golden Energy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we have 7 stocks. So I've just written down, guys, Geo Energy, Rex International, Wilmar, DBS, IFAST, AEM, and Golden Energy. All right, let me see if we have one more. All right, we have Sheng Siong. Sheng Siong seems like a pretty popular one as well. Sheng Siong, we have like 10 people voting for that. Let me see, all right? So Frencken. Okay, so I think that's it for now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So guys, I just chosen 8 stocks for now. Not to worry, guys. If you have time, we'll try to cover as many again. All right. So the first one will be like Geo Energy, Rex International, Wilmar, DBS, IFAST, AEM, Golden Energy, and Sheng Siong. All right. So let me just go to stop the poll. All right. Stop the poll. If not, there'll be just too much. Right. I'll just stop the poll, guys. All right. That's it. All right. That's it. Right. Okay. Good. So let me go ahead to talk about the stock that you guys are asking about. All right. So this is pretty much the 8 stocks I just chosen: Geo Energy, Rex International, Wilmar, DBS, IFAST, AEM, Golden Energy, and Sheng Siong, right? So these are the stocks, right? So if we have more time later, we'll try to cover as many as possible as well. So let me just go to talk about the stocks right now. And the first one will be like Geo Energy right here. Let's take a look at Geo Energy. Okay, so let me know, guys, what do you think about Geo Energy in terms of the trend, right? How many of you think that is an uptrend or downtrend? Let me know in the chat, guys. What are your thoughts on Geo Energy, right? One of those energy stocks that's listed in the Singapore market. Let me know your thoughts. Is it more of an upwards direction or a bit of a downwards direction? Let's take a look at what are some of your comments for Geo Energy. What do you guys think, right, on Geo Energy in terms of the trend, all right? Is it in the upwards direction or a bit of a downwards direction right now? So I think some of you are saying it's a bit of a downtrend. Thanks, Roger. Down. We have CJ, you're saying it's down as well. Thank you for your comments. Damien, you're saying it's a bit bearish for now. All right, Audrey, down. All right, so I think some of you are saying it's down. All right, so let's go to explore it right now for Geo Energy. So Geo Energy was actually one of those really good up trading stocks in 2021 last year. Even before this whole Russian-Ukraine war started, it was a pretty very strong uptrend. It kind of like, a little bit volatile. We broke some of those resistance at 35, went all the way up to about near 60, came back down, went up to 60, and then we broke down as well, right? So we are currently trading at about 0.365 right now. So I would say that for the short term, right, we were actually holding quite well, just above this support level. So let me just turn this to green in color. You can see this was like a support around that 43, 44. It was originally. Look at this right here. So this is where it was the resistance level. We kind of like broke it right here. Look at this right here. We broke it, went all the way up. We came back down, retested it, went up, came back down, went all the way up and came back down. Look at this right here. Unfortunately, we broke this 0.43 or 0.44 support level. There was somewhere in May, all right, about end of May. And that's where some signs of weakness come back because we broke some of those key resistance, turned support, rebounded, but we kind of like just went below it and we were like consolidating below for about 2 weeks and we started to hit lower. So in the short term, I would say there's a little bit more weakness to you. Why? Look at these green lines. I say this green line, guys, is the 20 days moving average. So when the price kind of like go below the green line, and obviously this green line is pointing down right now, right? So green line, 20 days moving average pointing down, prices below the green line, that is not a good thing in the short term. We can potentially see some weakness. So look at this right now. So this is where we are right now. This green line is still sloping down. Of course, the price is still below the green line. So short-term wise, unfortunately, we can still see a bit of weakness. So what we're going to see is this, right? I mean, we have found some stability at about 0.35 because, over the past like 2 weeks, in fact, we have kind of rebounded a little bit from this 0.35 level. So this 0.35 support is quite key. Why? Look at these guys. As I said, this was originally the resistance in January, the beginning of the year. When we broke up, the move really started all the way up. And now we are back to this 0.35, whereby the resistance has turned support. And, over the past 2 weeks, we have actually seen a little bit of a bargain hunting or some good bullish reversal candles coming out at about 0.35 whereby it kind of like sold off to like 355 and then buyers came back and push it back up, right? So we have found a little bit of stability at about 0.35, but we might still be a bit of a down, all right, a bit down in the short term because, as I said, this green line is still pointing down. So what we're going to see is this, right? If we can consolidate, if we can consolidate from 0.35 to 40 cents over the past like 2 weeks, guys, let me just go to draw another resistance line. This is at the 40 cents, right? So 40 cents would be a little bit of a resistance. You can see that, over the past 2 weeks, we did touch, we came down. All right, so that would be pretty much the range right now, 0.35 to 0.406. It went down, up, down, up. So that is the ratio. We might just go up and down here, and hopefully we do break above that 40 cents. I think if we can break this like 40 cents level, that's where I think a firmer reversal or firmer upside can happen. I think if that actually happened, I think that this green line, look, let's just say, let me just go to draw for you this green line. So this is the green line right here. Right now, this green line, as I say, is pointing down, prices below, but as we consolidate from 0.35 to 40 cents, I think that this green line will start to flatten out, right? Start to flatten. Look at this, right? Flatten, flatten, flatten. And eventually, we break that 40 cents. This green line will start to turn up. That could be a good move. That's where prices can go above the green line. Does it make sense? Price can go above the green line. And, you know, line pointing up, prices above the green line, and we go above 40 cents. These are all factors that can point towards a good reversal back up. But right now, we are still, in fact, below 40 cents, right? So we have to see, right? But at least, right, we are seeing some support just about that 0.35, which so far we are still holding, right? So this is for Geo Energy Resource, right? Geo Energy Resource. I think the first stock that you guys are asking about. So I've kind of like the system as well, whereby we had a couple of good bullish signals. Let me just go ahead and show you guys what it says on my system, all right here. So this is what we call. Okay, so this is the one GT system that I have. I think some of you might have access to it, some of my students as well. So we had a couple of really good bullish signals for Geo Energy. All right, you can see that this was one in September last year, went up, got a bearish signal, came down. So this green arrow pointing up are what we call bullish entry signal. All right, so it's a bit more bullish. That's a good one. And prices started to push up, got an exits, went up a bit, and you can see that we kind of broke this like support around at 4.5 here, and that's where we had like a bearish signal that came out. All right, so with a system kind of like guides you to also get out, I mean, to really maximize your profits in an uptrend. But then when there are signs of a weakness or signs of it turning down, that's where you see like a red arrow pointing down, like a bearish signal. That's where you want to be careful, because that's where you can see that after this bearish signal, we started to push down from like 48 to down, and now we're at like about 0.365. Does it make sense? All right, so that's how a system can help you as well, right? So right now, this bearish signal, we got an exit, right? So this is like an exit for this bearish signal. So exit just means that, yeah, I mean, we are seeing a bit of some buying pressure coming back. It doesn't mean that we'll rebound all the way tomorrow. It just means that if you have like shorted somewhere at the top, you can also start to buy back and cover back some of the shorts. That's where we are seeing some buying pressure. As I say, this 35 cents is a good support, right? Hopefully we hold there, we consolidate from 35 to 40 cents, and eventually we get above that 40 cents. I think that's where a firmer reversal can actually happen, right? So this for Geo Energy, right? So how many of you like what you've seen so far, guys? Type 5 in the chat if you want to move on to the second stock. Type 5 in the chat. Let me know. Okay, good. So 5. Awesome. So we have like close to 200 of you on board already, guys. So we are pretty much covering the stocks that you guys are asking about, guys. So for those of you who have just joined us, we have covered like the STI, we even covered the Dow Jones and some of the main factors affecting the market. And then we did a live poll on Singapore stocks that you guys are asking about. And the first stock that we covered is this stock right over here called Geo Energy Resource. So guys, help me to like and share this video. Give me some heart-shape and love. That will really help out for me to reach out to more people. All right, and we try to cover as many stocks as possible as well. So make sure you share. All right, there should be like a notification button at the top whereby you can like the page so that you will not miss out if you ever we go live in the future as well. All right, so thank you so much. Okay, I see a lot of hearts. Thank you so much for those of you who have just pressed the heart-shape button. Awesome. Okay, so that's stock number one, right? Stock number one is Geo Energy. I think the second stock that a lot of you are asking about will be this stock called Rex International, right? Rex International. Let's take a look at Rex International. Also one of those oil and gas energy play as well, all right? And we are trading about 0.275 right now, all right? So I kind of did a video on the Singapore oil and gas, I think last week as well. And this is Rex. So I think Rex, right now, you can see that there's a little bit of support coming back around that 0.26 to 0.25 level. So let me just draw it for you. You can see that this is where we rebounded once. Okay, let me just put a little bit thicker, right? So this is where we rebounded once in November, second time, third time, and obviously now we are approaching this level whereby we are nearing this support level at about 2.5 to 2.6. So I think this level is quite key, right? I mean, if you can give it a bit of leeway, you can put it at 0.25. That is fine as well. 0.25 to 0.26. All right, this is a 1 cent range, all right, because this originally was like the resistance level. You can see we broke up, went all the way up to like 37, all right, came back down again. So this resistance has turned support, and we have rebounded like 1, 2, 3 times, and now maybe even that fourth time is happening. All right, so that would be the range for REX International. A little bit weaker in the short term. I mean, you can see that I think when I did a video last week, I talked about some weakness when we actually broke this like 30 cents. So this 30 cents was actually a psychological support level. So we kind of like, tested it, and then we kind of went below the 30 cents. So that would be kind of like the downside all the way to maybe that 25 to 26 cents level, right? And hopefully we see a good reversal candle there for it to see a rebound, right? So same thing like Geo Energy, we might actually just be consolidating here in this range, up, down. And we definitely want to get past that 30 cents to see it back to the higher consolidation phase, right? And if we get back above 30 cents, that could be a good move all the way up to that this level, right? It's back to the previous resistance, 0.37, 0.38. I think that is pretty much where selling can actually come back again, right? So why? Look at this, right? So this is where we sold off once. So this is like a resistance level. You can see we sold off here, we sold off here as well. And this is pretty much the resistance level whereby, if it does rebound to there, I mean, if it does get above the 30 cents first, of course, right? So if we get above that 30 cents, upside can be about 37, 36. I think anything around there, selling can actually come back again. All right. So 30 cents is the level to watch for now. All right. If you want to see more upside, I think that level is key. We definitely want to break that level. You can see that when we did break that level here in May, the upside happened. All right. Look at this. When we broke that level 30 cents in December last year, the upside happened as well. All right. So a couple of times when we went above the 30 cents level, that is a psychological level, the upside actually happened. So just take note of these 30 cents right now. Unfortunately, we're still below it. We get above it, we stay above it. I think that's where it could offer a little bit more upside in terms of the rebound, all right, to the next higher resistance level. All right. So let me just go to remove this, all the lines for you guys. And I think some of you are asking if like this could be something like what we call a head and shoulder pattern. So yes, there could be something like what we call a head and shoulder pattern. So for those of you who are new, let me just share with you what is a head and shoulder pattern. So this is something like a head right here. You can see this is like a head, and this is like a left shoulder. This is like a right shoulder. So a head and shoulder pattern would be a little bit not so good, a little bit bearish, right? If we see it somewhere at the top and we see a head and shoulder pattern, and if we break certain support level or certain like what we call a neckline, all right, then that could potentially be a reversal. So REX International right now, it has not played out yet, guys. So don't be worried, all right? It has not really played out yet because it is just a pattern forming. We want to see the pattern complete and form up. But right now, there are indeed some signs of a head and shoulder pattern, all right? Right here, you can see this is the neckline. So a left shoulder, a right shoulder, it just means that, this shoulder, prices went up. We couldn't go above the or even maybe the same as the previous high, just somewhere a little bit up, and sellers came and pushed prices back down. So that could be some signs of weakness, but we want to see this pattern fully played out here first, all right? And if we do break like this support, all right, that 25, that 26, then not so good, right? If we break at 25, 26, I mean, we have rebounded, as I say, many times, like 1, 2, 3 times. But if we do break 25, 26, then that is where the bearish head and shoulder pattern, has been completed, and that's where we can potentially see more downside. All right, so let's see how it plays out for REX International as well. So that's like pretty much stock number 2. I've just pretty much covered this stock called REX International. All right, so let's move on to stock number 3, which would be like Wilmar. How many of you are asking about Wilmar? Type yes, guys, if you are the one that's asking about Wilmar. Let me know if you are the one who asking about Wilmar. Okay, good. Yes. I think some of you are asking about Wilmar. So Wilmar is one of those like popular palm oil stock as well. All right, and we are trading about $4.04, right? $4.04. Chin Chow, hi, good to see you here. Yes, you're asking about Wilmar. We try to cover Wilmar now. All right, so we have covered pretty much 2 stocks already, guys. Geo Energy and REX International. For those of you who have just joined us, all right, we have covered like 2 stocks, all right, and there'll be like maybe 8 more to go. We will do a live poll again to see what are some of the. We have more time, probably about this live stream will probably been about an hour. So we try to cover as many stocks, but let's just dive into like Wilmar right now. So this is Wilmar, okay? And I would say that the support is about $4. I think this is key. This is the $4 support level whereby you want to take note. You can see that we have rebounded 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we rebounded from $4. We went up to like 4.20. All right, 4.20 is obviously this resistance level. Look at this right here. We went up. You can see it was a resistance here as well in December, went up. Right now, we kind of rebounded a bit a few days back and we came back down again. So this $4 is a psychological support level. I think that's number one. Number two, I think this level is key because right now, there are indeed some signs of weakness in terms of the short term. You can see that this green line is still pointing down. It's not really flattening out. All right, that's number one. And we are approaching this psychological $4 level. So far, you can see that as we neared it, we have seen a couple of rebounds. So that's a good thing. But you want to be careful, guys. If we actually break below this $4, I think that is a sign of weakness. That is where we can potentially see some selling happening all the way to maybe like $3.60 to maybe even at $3.50 level. Why? Look at this. Right, this was originally the support, the resistance, and now this resistance will turn support, and that could be the gap that we can actually cover, all right, if we break that $4. So just be careful. I mean, because we have been, rebounding from it like since 2020, all right, since like, look at this. This is like June 2020. So about 2 years. 2 years we have been holding above the $4. So likely buyers will start to come back. I think you can look at the market depth. That's where you can see a lot of buyers there stacked at $4 to 401 or 402. I think that's where you see a lot of buyers. But if the buyers actually get taken out and sellers just come and just sell it down, that's where you want to be careful as well. All right, that's where you want to be careful. That's where selling can actually come back again. All right, and same thing like this Rex International, there is some sort of what we call like a head and shoulder pattern. Not very clear, but look at this. This is something like a head here. All right, this is something like a left shoulder. This is something like a right shoulder. All right, so neckline is about $4. So $4 would be like a support level or neckline, you call it, based on this pattern. And yeah, if we break that $4, this head and shoulder pattern can actually play out in terms of more downside. Right, so that is Wilmar. That's Wilmar. Just take note. All right, if you're actually thinking about buying near $4 at 401 or 402 or 43, you can do it, right? But I mean, you can actually rebound to about 420, and that's where selling can actually come back. All right, but if you want to catch the bottom, I think you want to have a plan in case the $4 were to break down. Have a plan to get out, to stop loss, to get out automatically, and all that, so that you don't just hold it all the way down. Does it make sense? All right, so make sure you have a plan if you're thinking to catch the dips near the $4. All right, so what you want to see is this, right? What you want to see is that, in order for a clear reversal to happen, you want to see a clear move above that $4.20. So far, you can see we near 420, you came back down. This was a good move above 420, right? Somewhere in January, you can see when we broke above 420, we hang above, the upside happened. All right, same thing here. We went above 420, went up a little bit here as well. Look at this, went above 420, the upside actually happened as well. Right, so 420 would be kind of like the resistance, the temporary resistance level from $4 to 420 as we consolidate. Hopefully this green line flatten out, we consolidate here, and we go above 420. I think that could be a good sign of a reversal back up. All right, so that would be Wilmar. All right, so let's move on to the fourth company, right, that you guys are asking about, and that would be like DBS, right? DBS, right? So DBS Bank, one of the Singapore local bank, trading about 29.68. All right. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on DBS? Let me know in terms of the short term. In the terms of the short term, is it a bit more down or a bit more up in the short term? Let me know. Type down or up. Let me know in the chat, guys. What are your thoughts on DBS right here, trading at 29.68? Okay, sideways. Thank you. Kumari, you're saying it's a bit of sideways. Crystal, down. That's good. We'll try to look at it later. William, you're saying it's down. Iris, down. Iris, you're saying it's up. All right. Yeah, maybe we can take a look at it later. All right. Cecilia, sideways, down. Mostly down. Esther, down. Thank you, guys. Thanks for the comments. King Hong, you're saying it's down as well. So I'll put your comments, guys, so that everybody can see, all right, you're live, and yeah, everybody in the live stream can see your comments as well. So keep it coming. Thank you, guys. All right, so make sure you hit the like and share button, help me out, all right, and it can reach out to more people as well. Okay, so I think some of you are saying a little bit more down. So let us go ahead to discover and explore that, all right, and see where we are. Okay, so DBS, look at this, right? The support then was at about the $33, right? So this was a really good support, 33. You can see we kind of like hang above it for a while. We broke 33, and this next support level will be like 31. So I kind of like actually expected it to hold above 31. Why? Because you can see that we actually staged quite a good rebound here in March after the first rate hike. You can see that it staged a really strong rebound all the way up. So when you approach the 31 level, we see some good bullish candles. Actually, that could all point to a good rebound. But you can see that we just broke down, traded just slightly above it, and unfortunately we went below that 31 level as well, right? As this green line, right? So we want to look at the green lines. This green line is the 20 days moving average, which is sloping down for now, right? You can see this, like when we went below the green line sloped down, and of course we broke 33. This green line was sloping down, and we went down, 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 down. All right, right now prices are still below. Let me just zoom in for you, right, in case you can't see it clearly, but this is like very clear. All right, this green line, the 20 days moving average, obviously is still sloping down. Does it make sense? Right, I mean it's down, right? So it's still sloping down, and of course prices is still below it. In fact, you can see that as we approach the green line, that's where like sellers kind of like push it back down. All right here as well, you can see this like push it down, push it down, push it down. So this green line acts like a little bit of a dynamic resistance level in terms of the short term. As we approach, sellers kind of like push it down. All right, so short term wise, we are unfortunately still a little bit weaker. All right, because this green line is still down, prices below the green line over the past like 2 weeks, right? But it's not all is lost yet. We have found some support at about that $29.50, right? Look at this right here. So $29.50 is pretty much back to where we were in 2021 June. You can see a couple of rebounds, but I would say that the firmer support would be at the $29. So $29 to $29.50. I think these are all good support levels. Let me just go to draw some upside rebound targets if you are looking to catch the dips. I think 29 to 29.50. These are all good support levels whereby we might see some good bargain hunting coming back again, right? But the resistance, this thing, guys, we definitely want to see some consolidation, all right, here before moving above this resistance. So resistance-wise, you might want to push it back down a little bit. All right, it was like 31, but I think right now you can see over the past 2 weeks plus, this has been the cap, right? The $30.50, right? Let me just draw it for you. You can see very clearly right here. This is where we are seeing selling, right? This is where we are seeing selling, right? So the range right now, right, is about $29.50 to $30.50. Does it make sense? $1, right? $29.50 to $30.50. All right. So as long as we stay below that $30.50 and this green line is still pointing down, all right, then I would say that we are still a little bit of a weaker position, right? We can potentially still hit lower. All right. If we do get above that $30.50 right here, all right, we do like consolidate, all right, prices move up and down, and we get above that 30 cents level, I think that could be a good sign of some strength coming back in terms of upside reversal. Okay, so just take note of this temporary resistance level. Let me just put this in green in color. The $30.50 would be the immediate resistance level for DBS that we definitely want to get above, right? And hopefully we consolidate here, the green lines start to point up, all right? And that's where if we get above $30.50, that's where you can see some good signs of reversal. But right now, if we do stay below this level, we can still be a bit weaker, right? We can still be a bit weaker. And look at the trend in terms of the mid to long term trend. Of course, it hasn't really played out yet, but this red line, guys, this red line, as I say, is the 100 days moving average, all right, and it is still like pointing down for now, right? Still pointing down for now. And look at this blue line, it's flattening, it's fine, but if we continue to consolidate here below 30.50, and I'm just afraid that this red line might point down, and eventually goes below the blue line, then we could just be at the start of the trend turning down in terms of the mid to longer term, right? So that's not a good thing, right? But we want to see if this $29, this, as I say, this 29.50, we want to really see it hold first. Hopefully we hold, all right? Hopefully we hold and we get back above 30.50 over the next few days or maybe next 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, so that is this DBS. This is DBS right here. So let's take a look at like IFAST. IFAST would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the fifth stock, guys. The fifth stock that you guys want to be covered. IFAST, right? IFAST. Let me just go to see. This is IFAST. How many of you think that IFAST is already in a downtrend? Already in a downtrend? Type yes. Type yes in the chat if you feel that IFAST has already been in a downtrend. I mean, even before this whole, this whole Russian-Ukraine war and this whole recent sell down. Let me know. Type yes in the chat. Awesome. Yes. David, yes. Irene, yes. Roger, Ellen, yes. Okay, very good. So very clearly, you can see that, we can actually draw what we call a downward sloping, what we call a channel resistance line. You can see forming what we call lower highs. So as it goes, as it moves forward, the high become lower and lower. All right, so not a good thing. All right, and that's what we see, lower high. Right, so as long as you stay below this red line, we are pretty much in a downtrend. All right, and as I say, right, this moving averages, we look at this red line and blue line as we talk about like DBS just now. This red line was starting to slope down. Of course, it hasn't really crossed down yet, but for IFAST, you can see that it actually happened somewhere in like February when this red line, 100 days moving average, went below the blue line, the 200 days moving average, and both lines started to point down. So that's a clear sign of the trend turning down in the mid to long term. All right, and to push down, right? So we are trading about $4.14. So I think for this stock, we actually had a couple of bearish, not good, bearish signals on my system. Maybe I'll show you guys in a bit, but let me just go to analyze for you where are we right now. So I think a little bit of support about $5 that broke down, and we're consolidating from 450. So you can see that this stock, as it goes down, it doesn't just go down every day, because as it goes down, people want to buy back. Those who have shorted want to cover back some positions so you can rebound a bit, but it rebounds to a certain level and start to come back down again. All right, so this is what's happening for IFAST, right? So you can see rebounded. We're consolidating from like 450 to $5. Unfortunately, the 450 broke down, and now we are back to this level, right, at the $4 support. So you can see this is pretty much the range. It seems like it kind of likes that 50 cents range, all right, here. So it's like consolidating downwards from 5 to 450, all right, for about like a month plus, and then we broke the 450, and now we are back here in this range, right, at about $4 to 450. So anything below 450, I think this stock is still weak. All right, unfortunately, it's still weak in my opinion. And as I say, right, of course, in the mid to long term trend, guys, this red and blue line are both pointing down. I think we can agree on that. But this green line, the 20 days moving average, I talk about the green line, the short term, right? It's pointing down right now, right? And of course, prices is below the green line. I think more or less you guys understand that. So short term wise, it also doesn't look good, right? Anything below 450, I think that's where we can still see selling. And you just want to be careful, guys. I think some of you might be saying that, oh, it's cheap, should we think about getting in? And all that. I think we normally try not to buy in a downtrend, because it was cheap from 7 to 6 to 5. And if you just buy and buy just because it's cheap, then you get stuck. All right, does it make sense? All right, so you don't want to buy because it's cheap, right? Because only when you see some clear signs of a reversal and it's cheap, yes, then you think about buying, but not just because it's cheap. Does it make sense? All right, so you want to be careful with that. So just be careful, because if the $4 break down, I'm not surprised. That's where downside targets can be revised all the way down to maybe even the $3, $3.50. That could potentially be the next downside target. So that's for pretty much for IFAST, right? As it consolidates, it goes lower, it consolidates, it goes lower, and you want to be careful. These are pretty much stocks that you can think about like taking, in fact, like short positions to ride the downside, rather than just buying as it goes down and getting stuck many times along the way. All right, so that is for IFAST. A little bit more weaker for now, unfortunately. All right, until we can probably consolidate. So what you want to see in a reversal, or in a reversal would be like, if the moving averages start to turn up, prices going above, that's one sign. Or if we start to consolidate higher as well. All right, so as I say, right now it's like $4 to $4.50. So we might consolidate here, up and down. If we can go above to a higher consolidation, maybe here, and push up, right? So that is what we want to see, right? If we can like consolidate higher and push up, I think that will all be a good sign of some strength actually coming back. That means it consolidates to a higher level rather than going to a lower level. All right, so then that's where you can see some strength. But right now you can see that we are just breaking lower as we move forward on each minor consolidation. All right. Okay. So that's for IFAST. So maybe let me share with you guys. I mean, like IFAST, as I said, we did had a couple of like bearish signal on IFAST. So as I said, for those of you who have this system, yeah, maybe I'll just share with you guys the link in a bit. But for those of you who want to find out a bit more, we are running some of those web class to learn a bit more. All right. Let me just quickly share the link with you guys. You can attend one of those live webinars, all right, that we're running, all right, and I'll just place the link in the chat as well. Go to click on it. You can register for this live web class whereby I can share with you a bit more on the strategy, how we have a system to guide us. And this is IFAST right here. As I say, we had a couple, I mean, it was a really good stock. I mean, to be honest, in 2021, really strong uptrend. Look at the trend bar, was gritty in color, a really good bullish signal somewhere at $3. It went up to like $6. Another bullish signal went up, right? So a couple of good bullish signal all the way until like what, $9, $10. And then this rate bearish signal came out. So it's not good, not good. So when we see like a red bearish signal right at the top after moving up for many months, that's where you want to be careful, right? So you can see that the bar started to turn. Look at this, the green bar started to turn from green to red. So as I say, we started to see the trend turn down, all right? And that's where weakness came back, all right? Because the red arrow down, bearish signal went down, another red arrow down went down, another red arrow down went down, all right? A couple of bearish signal, and this is where we are right now. So let me just zoom in for you, all right? This is the most recent bearish signal is right here on the 25th of May. It started to push down. And obviously, there are no exits right now. So exits would be like, this is like a white arrow up. It's an exit from the previous bearish signal. So yeah, this bearish signal, there's no exit yet. So as I say, you just want to be careful, because if we break the $4, unfortunately, we can still see more selling, and this bearish signal can still play out. Does it make sense? All right, so you just want to be careful on IFAST, right? So yeah, this is how we have a system. So I just placed the link in the chat for those of you who find out a little bit more on the strategy and all that, the system, how you get it, and how you can use it to help yourself. You can attend one of those live web class. All right, I've placed the link in the chat. You can just register for one session probably next week as well. All right, so that is IFAST. Next stop would be like AEM. All right, so for those of you who have just joined us, guys, yes, we have covered some stocks, right? We have covered some stocks already. All right, so we have covered like Geo Energy, we have covered Rex International, we have covered like Wilmar, we have covered DBS, and IFAST. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have covered 5 stocks already, guys. So we try to cover as many as possible. For those of you you're here, hang in there. All right, hang in there. I'll share with you one stock at the end as well. So make sure you stay all the way to the end. And that's where I'll share with you one stock that you can also put in your watch list as well. Okay. So let's move on. This is AEM. So AEM right here, I would say that one of those stronger tech stocks, but unfortunately we got hit as well. Okay, and we are seeing the next support around that $3.90. So let me just move a little bit faster so we can cover a bit more stocks. So we kind of broke this level. So I think the $4.30. So just write down 430 was like the resistance level. So very quickly you can see a resistance. We broke up here, went all the way up. We went down. All right, so it kind of like consolidate from 390 to 40. Went down. All right, we broke the 430, and now that is the range, right? That is the range right here from 390 all the way to about the $4.30. So I think that would be the range. So I think right now, unfortunately, we went below 430. So short term, there could be a bit of downside all the way to maybe about 390 to $4. Hopefully, we do see some good bullish candle like what we saw in March. All right, we saw quite a good bullish piercing pattern candle here, and it's the reversal happened. All right, so yeah, so this would be like kind of the range right now. So it might consolidate a bit of a downwards move right here. Hopefully we consolidate and we see how it plays out for AEM. So just want to be careful, because this 390, as I say, rebounded many times already. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we might be nearing it again. So hopefully that 390 would hold, and that would be a good thing. If not, then unfortunately we can still see some selling below 390, maybe all the way to like 340 to 350 level. Okay, so that's for AEM. All right, let's move on to the next one. Golden Energy, right? Golden Energy. Let's take a look at Golden Energy, right? So let's go, right? So yeah, this was one of those companies whereby people have been asking me about, right? So Golden Energy was actually one of those good uptrending stock as well, all right? A little bit more volatile compared to the other energy plays. And in fact, when we broke some of those key resistance level, like the 45, the 60 cents level, we actually went up all the way to like 80 cents. But look at this right here. We were actually consolidating from early May, all right, all the way to like June, about a month plus, from that 70 cents to the 80 cents. So it's like moving up and down. But this was quite a bearish move right here when we broke this 70 cents support level. So we broke this 70 cents support level, not a good thing. All right, and when that happened, you can see that this green line also started to turn down, right? Started to turn down. And as I say, price below the green line pointing down, that's where the selling actually kind of like started down. And we started to see a little bit of support here over the next few days. And I would say that this support would be around that 45 cents level for now, right? So 45 cents level, you can see that it's pretty much back to where we were, all right, in March, right, before the rally started, about 45 to 50 cents, right? 45 to 50 cents. So it's still a little bit shaky. I think you want to be careful because 45 to 50 cents is where we can potentially see some good bargain hunting, all right? And it's also where the 200 days, look at this blue line, this 200 days moving average is right here, all right? It's right here at the 45 cents. So you can offer a little bit of support, all right? Just, if you can hold above the 45 cents level, this is where the 200 days longer term moving average is. So I think it's only like one day, all right? Over the past 1 week, we have neared it and rebounded, but today it seems like we're testing it and it hasn't really gone below yet. It went down to a low of about, let me see, right? So we went to a low of about 0.44 and came back up and closed about 4.5. So I think this 4.5 will be quite key for now, all right, with some near-term resistance, maybe at about 0.51 to 50 cents. I think that is pretty much the range right now. Okay, so let's take a look at what it says on my system. All right, so as I said, we do have a system. Let's take a look at what it says, right? Whether we have any bearish signal, right? So yeah, this is golden energy. All right, as I say, we actually had some good bullish signal for golden energy. In fact, this was in March. Look at this, got a bullish signal, pop, went up, got an exit, another bullish signal went down, and just as it sold off, as I say, when we broke that 70 cents, right? We broke the 70 cents level right here. Not good. And we got this rates arrow down, right? It's a bearish signal, right? And started to push pop and went down, right? So that's where I started to see a bit of selling, all right? And of course, right now you can see that this red arrow there's no exit yet on this red arrow. So potentially, we could see some weakness still, especially if the 45 cents would break down, right? So you have a system to guide you. I mean, if you see like a red arrow, you have a system. It can also guide you to get out, or you want to have a stop loss if any key support levels are broken. I think it's good to have a support level. I mean, it's good to have a stop loss to get out as well, rather than hold it all the way down, right? Because these are pretty volatile companies, and the oil prices are moving up and down. Coal prices are affecting it as well, all right? And we've seen a dip in coal prices and oil prices, and that's why many of these companies are seeing some weakness. Okay, so red bullish, red bearish signal, and there are no exits as of now from what it says for this golden energy. So let me just put it back here again. Okay, so that's golden energy, and next one will be like Sheng Siong. I think a lot of you are asking about Sheng Siong. I have no idea why. Sheng Siong is where you get your groceries and all that. So this is Sheng Siong, all right, trading about $1.52, right? $1.52. Let's take a look at Sheng Siong. I think it looks quite okay. How many of you feel that Sheng Siong is showing some signs of a reversal up? Type yes in the chat. Yes. Oops. Okay, good. Yes. Thank you. Hi, Alice, Yvonne. Yes, Alan. Yes, Danny. Good to see you here. Hi. So we have some of you new faces coming on board. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Manchu. Good to see you here as well. Awesome. Okay, so I would say that for Sheng Siong, it doesn't look that bearish, all right? And the reason is because it seems like we found a little bit of a bottom, all right? We hit the bottom right here, maybe about near the $1.40. Let me just draw it for you right here. Okay, and this would be like a green support line. So it's a bit of bottom, and we found what we call a higher low, right? So this was like the low. This, let me just draw it for you. So this is like a green line, a green arrow. This green circle is the bottom, and we form what we call higher low, and higher low. So in fact, we can actually, okay, let me just remove this. We can actually draw what we call an upward sloping. Look at this right here. So it fits quite nicely. You can draw an upward sloping channel support line. So you can see that it's forming what we call higher low over the past, I would say, since October. So October, we kind of like hit to a low of about $1.42, all right, 41 cents. and we have since formed a higher low over the past, I would say, 8 months. 8 months we've formed higher low. So that's a good sign, right? So that's a good sign in terms of the trend starting to stabilize. In fact, moving higher and higher. And next thing is that in terms of the moving averages, right? Look at this right here. So the next one would be like this red line. The 100 days moving average red line has also gone back above the blue line, all right? The 100 days above the 200 days moving. Look at this right here. So that's a sign of strength as well in terms of the trend starting to turn up. So we are looking quite positive for Sheng Siong. In fact, I think that is one of those more defensive play. We are seeing some resistance, maybe at about that. Let's take a look. 155. I think 155 is the cap for now. It's quite obvious. Look at this, right? Over the past like 3-4 months, we have like this touch 155, 156 and come down. Right, so I think this 155 is quite key, right? So far, we have not really been able to close above that 155, but if we can do that, I think that would be a good sign of a little bit more strength, all right? Maybe all the way to like, let's see how far I can go in terms of the next upside resistance, maybe all the way to like 165 to 170. I think that could be potentially the upside, right? But it's a bit more slow and steady. So you probably wouldn't go up in just one day and unless there's some news or something, but it's a bit more slow and steady. But yeah, just take note, 155 would be the immediate resistance level whereby sellers are still coming back to defend that level. All right, so this is Sheng Siong, right? So we have covered, guys, Geo Energy, Rex International, Wilmar, DBS, IFAST, AEM, Golden Energy, and finally stock number 8, Sheng Siong, right? Sheng Siong. So let me just do a quick live poll. Maybe I can just choose one more stock that you guys are asking about. All right, so let me just go on to turn on the live poll again. All right, so we have like more than 200 of you on board here. Thank you so much, guys, for still staying here. All right, and let's see what is one more stock, right? One more stock that you guys are asking about. So we've covered like, yeah, Wilmar, DBS. Let's see, right? Let's see what another stock that you guys want. We have Frencken. All right, it seems like a lot of you are asking about Frencken as well. All right, so let me just go to look at Frencken, Frencken. All right, Frencken, all right. Frencken is one of those stocks that you guys are asking about. So let me just go to talk about Frencken. Okay, so Frencken is right here, right? Yeah, Frencken, right? Frencken, Frencken, one of those tech stocks. Let me stop the poll. All right, so one more stock, guys, before I will share with you one stock that you can put in your watch list as well. So we have covered like all the stocks that you guys are asking about. So make sure you stay all the way to the end. All right, I'll share with you one stock that you guys can take a look at as well. All right. Okay, so what is this stock? So Frencken. So Frencken, where is it? Frencken here. Okay, so this is Frencken, guys. I would say that it's a little bit of a downtrend. I mean, it looks something like IFAST. You can see that we kind of like has been a downtrend since like February, January. We broke down in terms of the moving averages. Red below the blue, both lines turning down, and we broke some of those key support levels like the $2, $2.10. It was like a really strong support. You can see when we broke down, started to push down, rebounded, forming what we call lower highs as well. You can see we can draw what we call a downward sloping channel resistance line. All right, and yeah, this is in fact something like what we call a lower high. So lower highs is not good. So this is like the high, the high, the high, the high. So as it goes, as it moves forward, the high gets lower and lower. That's a sign of a downtrend. All right, so right now I would say that for Frencken, the resistance would be about 120, right? This 120 would be key. Look at this right here. It's back to where we were in 2020. Was the support. Look at this, rebounded, and now it has turned to a resistance level when we broke this support level. So a little bit more downside, I would say, below the 120, all the way to maybe that $1 to that 95 cents support level. Look at this, 95 cents would be back to where we were in 2020. That was like the support level, rebounded a couple of times. We held above it. So I think that could potentially be the downside. So a little bit more weak, I would say, for Frencken in terms of the trend is down for now. All right. And this moving averages, look at this, the 20 days moving average is still like sloping down a little bit. Okay, prices is still somewhere below it, and obviously we're still below 120. So I think as we near the 120, sellers can actually come back to push it back down again. So that's where you want to be careful, right? In fact, you can't even think about taking like short positions near 120 to ride the downside. So just be more careful because we are pretty much in a downtrend for Frencken, and I think we also had a couple of I won't go too far, but I think we also had a couple of like bearish signal for Frencken on our system. Let's take a look at it. You can see that yeah, it was quite good. Couple of good bullish signal as it went up, and then look at this right here. This was in November, all right, a red bearish signal, pop went down, and yeah, a couple of bearish signals so far, right, down. Another bearish signal in February went down. Another one in April started to push down. So a couple of bearish signal for Frencken, just over the past 8 months, and we are still seeing selling, right? So just be a bit more careful on Frencken, which I think is a little bit weaker for now, right? So that's Frencken, right? That's Frencken. All right, so guys, I think we have pretty much come to the end of this live stream. All right, so for those of you who want to get some of my ideas faster by WhatsApp and all that, make sure you're a client of mine. For those of you who are not yet a client, you can go ahead to just click on the link. All right, so some of you might be my client already in Philip Securities, where I'm a broker. But if you're not yet one, you can click on the link. I'll just place it in the chat, and that's where you can come on board, apply to come on board as a client, and you can get some of our ideas a little bit faster, whether it's in upwards direction or maybe even the downwards direction. We do share some of those ideas by WhatsApp, and you get some of our videos faster as well. So I've just placed the link in the chat. Click on it. All right, save it somewhere, click on it and apply. And that's where you can come on board as a client of mine to get some of those ideas much faster as well. All right. Okay, so that's the link. That's the link, right? Joey's client application, right? So make sure you come on board as a client, all right? If you're trading in the Singapore market or maybe even the US market, and you have no broker servicing you, you're just trading online on your own, and there's no service, no training, no WhatsApp, no ideas, nothing. You're just doing online. That's not how it should be, guys. All right. That's not how it should be. I think most people think that it's like that, but it's not that way. Okay. So make sure you come on board. All right. Click on the link there, apply to become a client, and that's where me and my team will contact you, and you can come on board as a client, all right, of mine in Philip Securities, whereby you do at least get some service and you're not paying anything more. You're paying exactly the same as what you're paying when you're trading. Does it make sense? All right. And you get some service at least. All right. So most people do not know that, but there's nothing more. You pay the same as whatever you are paying when you're trading. All right, Ken? So make sure you come aboard as a client. All right. So guys, how many of you want that bonus stock that you want me to share with you that you can put in your watch list, right? Let me know. Type bonus in the chat if you want me to share with you one bonus stock. Since all of you have stayed all the way to the end, type bonus if you want that one stock that I'll share with you so that you can watch it and put it in your watch list, right? Let me know. Type bonus. So I want to see more than 20 of you typing bonus, right, before I'll review this stock, right? If it's only like 5 or 10, then I think we'll just call it a day, right? So type bonus, guys, if you want me to share with you one stock that you can watch list over the next few days or maybe even the next few weeks as well, right? Bonus, let me know in the chat. All right, so we have Danielle, bonus. Norman, thanks, good to see you here. Vivian, bonus. Celia, hi, good to see you, Celia. Bonus. Alex, bonus. Awesome. David, bonus. So a lot of you are typing bonus. We have like more than 30 of you. Bonus. David, bonus. Thanks. Please make it a weekly session. Hi, Baksung. Awesome. Glad that you found some value here. Steady, bonus. Thank you so much. All right. Good to see you here as well. All right. So yeah, there's so many comments, guys. Thank you so much. And I would appreciate, guys, if you can just comment and also hit the share and the like button, right? Hit the share and like button, guys, before I review, so we can just share with a bit more people. All right, hit the like and share button. I'm not sure if you are seeing this as well, but hit the like and share button. Awesome. Bonus. Thank you so much, guys. So I'll share with you guys this stock. All right. So before we talk about this stock, guys, I just want to cover, all right, this stocks that we have covered. So if you have missed any of those stocks, you can watch the replay on my Facebook page. All right. Yeah. So the stocks that we have covered today would be Geo Energy, Rex International, Wilmar, DBS, IFAST, AEM, Golden Energy, Sheng Siong, and Frencken. All right, so these are pretty much the stock that's covered. I hope that your stocks are in this list right here. All right, these are the stocks that you guys are asking about, not me. Okay, so I hope that I've covered those stocks that you guys are asking about. All right, so let me go to share with you one stock that you can put in your watch list for a little bit more upside. It came into my watch list. So let's take a look at what it says, right? So I think this stock is called Sheng Siong. All right, Sheng Siong. I think we have seen a little bit of bullish signals coming in over the past, I would say, few days. All right, so let's take a look at it right now. You can see that this is Sheng Siong right here, trading at about 0.545. All right, you can see that we were pretty much in a downtrend since like 2018, 2019 was moving a bit of a downtrend, and we were consolidating. All right, since COVID hit from like 2020, we were pretty much moving sideways, right? So that was pretty much the range right here from like 40 cents to that 50 cents. It was just moving up down, up, down, right? For like about 2 years, right? For about 2 years, we're just moving up and down. All right, but the key is that over the past few days, right, we managed to break this resistance level, all right, and that would be this level right here around that 51, 52, all right. 50 cents, I would say, would be that major resistance level, but I think somewhere around that 51, 52, that was the high, and we are still kind of like above this level, right? So this has kind of came to my watch list. One of my students has alerted me on this counter as well, so I thought take a look at it. All right, and yeah, I want to share with you guys because I think this stock looks quite okay. I think if we can hold above that 50 cents, let me just maybe just shift this down a little bit. So 50 cents would now be kind of like a support, a psychological support level. We are still holding above 50 cents. We kind of like near it again on dips. I think potentially we might see a little bit of an upside happening with targets potentially to around that 60 cents. 58 to maybe that 60 cents level. That could become like the upside for this counter called Sheng Siong, right? So it's only a few days that we're still holding above, but there are some signs of the trend turning up. Look at this, right? So this blue and red line was just moving up and down, crossing one another because it was consolidating. But over the past week, you can see that there were some signs of the trend starting to play out in terms of the red line sloping upwards. Green line obviously is pointing up. Of course, prices above the green line, so short term really started to push up when we broke some resistance somewhere around that 46, 47. It was a little bit of a temp resistance. In fact, I can draw another resistance line right here. That was a little bit of a resistance here, somewhere around that 47. In fact, when it broke that 47, some strength actually started to come back, but it went above that 50 cents as well, right? And then this green line still continued sloping upwards. All right, so this is one stock that I think you can watch. You don't have to buy it. I mean, you can do your own homework as well. But one stock that I think is a little bit bullish, if you can stay above that 50 cents, make sure you have a plan as well. Make sure you have a plan. We stay above 50 cents. I think this could actually offer a little bit more upside in terms of the uptrend starting to form up, the fact that we have got out of this 2 years consolidation phase below that 50 cents. 40 to 50 cents was just moving up and down, and finally we got above that 50 cents. I think anything above 50 cents could actually offer some strength or some reversal. All right, so that's it, guys. That's it. All right, I think we've pretty much come to the end of this Facebook live show. If you guys have found some value, all right, if you guys have found some value, let me know. Type value below in the chat if you have found some value. All right, thank you so much. And yeah, make sure you hit the like button and the share button as well, all right? So hit the like and share button, all right, so we can reach out to more people. And value. Awesome. Thank you. We have hi, Amun, value. Angela, thank you for being here as well. Crystal, value. Celia, value. Awesome. Value. Alex, value. Audrey, value. Jessica, value. Jolene, value, and thank you. Awesome. All right. So thank you so much, guys. I think I will not take up too much of your time. We have gone for like more than an hour already. All right. So I look forward to see you in the next live show. All right. You have some value here. I hope that you have taken away something. We have covered the stocks. You have missed any of those stocks that we have covered. Yeah, make sure you come back to our Facebook page. You can hit the like and share button. All right. So you can come back to our Facebook page again. And there should be like a notification button. You can click on it as well, so that you will not miss it when we go live, right? So I think there should be like a notification button. So yeah, go ahead to click on that. I think in the top left-hand corner or something. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. All right. We have like close to 200 of you here. Appreciate your time. And I look forward to see you in the next live show. If you want to come, like, if you want to learn a bit more, as I say, guys, you can attend one of those web class. Let me go ahead to share the link again in the chat. All right. So that you can attend a web class to learn a bit more on how you can have access to like a system and in terms of the whole entire framework behind the system as well. And yeah, come on board as a client if you want to get some of our ideas much faster. In fact, many of those stocks we actually do cover as a client. You do get some of those ideas as well. So come on board as a client. If you're not yet a client of mine in Philip, you're getting no service, no ideas, you're trading online on your own, nothing, all right, no broker, don't even know who he is, just a hotline or something like that. Make sure you come on board as a client. I'll speak with you once the account is ready. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Joey here. I look forward to see you in the next live show. Thank you so much for joining us in this Facebook live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. Bye for now. See you. Bye-bye. Have a good evening. Bye.